back. Obviously, we have Everton versus Arsenal. We'll get into that in a minute. I'm just going to introduce you to my guests first. Laura and James, how are you both?
I think they're having sound issues.
Okay, cool. Chantel, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Glad it's the weekend. Bit annoyed I can't be at the game tonight, but it is what it is.
Yeah. I'm not. I couldn't be doing the game. I was meant to be at Goalball this weekend, but failed a late fitness test. So,
Oh no.
Emma, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm alright. Thanks for having me back. And like you, I wish I was there, but
Yeah.
shit happens, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't know that. I do. I will be honest with you guys. A big part of me is kind of not glad. Kind of glad I'm not there. It's just on a Friday night, 7 p.m. away at Everton. If it was Goodison, which is a shame, I'm hoping it would be. But yeah, well, rather no, it means I get to watch it with you guys, so it's fine.
What better company?
Yeah. I ain't got to hear certain songs being sung, so yeah, why not? Just want to say thanks to Andrew as well for setting up the show and stuff, and thanks for on Monday. Yeah, that was a very interesting show, but it was a good show. Not really gave my views that much on the Liverpool game. Maybe we might touch on it, but seems like everyone's calmed down a little bit since then. So yeah, we will go to Laura and James when they have sound. So Chantel, just let me know if that happens.
Yeah.
So obviously we need to bounce back, don't we, Emma? Obviously after the disappointing result at home against Liverpool. Do you think this is the kind of game that we can bounce back from?
It should be. We've got that mentality now. So we just need to prove that we're in it to win it.
Sorry, guys, I had a bit of a technical issue with my phone keeps connecting to my MacBook for some weird reason, and I am still to this day trying to figure out how to get it off. So James was separate tonight, so I'm going to have to leave this video and come back in because it's not going to be Laura and James in my name anyway.
Yeah, no worries. Just that
I'll be back in 2 seconds. I think James is waiting backstage as well to get in. Okay. So yes. Right, I'll be 2 seconds.
No worries. Obviously, Chantel, would you be able to just read the lineup out while I?
Yeah. So obviously, DVD is not able to play tonight because she sustained a concussion in the Liverpool game. So we have Sinsberger between the sticks. Then our back line is Fox, Williamson, Catley, and McCabe. Then we have Little, Volti, and Marnham. And then Russo, Mariona, and Kelly, which is a great duo.
Yeah. Obviously, I think you saying Van Dunselaar got a concussion, didn't she?
Yeah. So
that's Manu.
Evening, George.
Evening, mate. Yeah. So obviously we've got James as well. We will have Laura again. So yeah, we're just talking about obviously Van Dunselaar's got a concussion. I'd like to know what they fucking do in training, I know this was from Liverpool though, wasn't it?
Yeah, from what I've read, it's been picked up during the Liverpool game. But to be fair, I did say rest Van. Obviously, didn't want to get a concussion, but I did say rest her tonight. So that's kind of worked it with my plan. But obviously, would I rather have had her for the Champions League game?
Yeah.
Here we go. Ready to start.
We've got Laura, occasionally Misty. So yeah, thanks everyone for coming on. We're gonna chat about the game. Obviously, hopefully we can get the win. I'll come to you, Laura. Chantal just read the team out. What's your first thoughts on that team?
That stupid double pivot. It's doing my head in. Like, why do we keep going with it? It's not working. It's not worked at all this season, and she still keeps going with it. I don't know what she's seeing in training that we're essentially not seeing on the pitch, but we'll see tonight because apparently the girls on Monday morning were a bit angry. So let's see what fuel's been added to the fire.
Yeah. I hope they were angry.
Yeah,
because I know I was fuming.
I know I was.
Yeah, that was on and
I
off.
think I was still angry right up until Wednesday.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I don't know, James, if you agree. It seems like when it all goes wrong, the Arsenal management just seem to go back to type. They think, oh, we've had a bad result. Let's just go back to that, and so that double pivot. What's your thoughts on the team?
I'll be honest with you. I've said it all week, and I've said it as well in our prediction group. I think we're going to draw tonight. I think it's going to be 2 each. I know we're trying to protect third, but I wanted to properly make sure we are fully focused on Champions League. That is the one title we can still get. Therefore, try all the squad players, put all the squad players out tonight. But we've went with that, tried and tested the double pivot. We've already seen it easy a half a dozen times this season. It does not work. And that is going to be Everton's game plan now. Go right through the middle of that double pivot and exploit its weakness.
Cool. Can I just ask that someone's phone's really echoey, so I can't hardly hear James. So if that's you, can you just mute so I can hear what he said? Yeah, James. I agree with that. I'm a bit disappointed that we've not had more changes. I don't know what you think about that. I think there was plenty of opportunities to do that.
Yeah, exactly that. I feel plenty of opportunity, especially tonight. I get right fair dues. They took the points off us earlier in the season, but that was under Jonas.
Yeah.
Now we've got a solid manager. Rest the girls, we've been screaming out for the last 2 weeks. They are fucked. They're knackered. They're shattered. Rest them. Get them well rested, prepared, fully focused Real Madrid, and let's see what that bench can do. We don't know what that bench can do. Half those players have barely touched a blade of grass.
Yeah. I know I'm going to shock you. I've had a few days off and I'm actually going to say something pro Stina. Chantal, do you think tonight would have been the game where Stina probably could have got a start to at least get some minutes in her?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we know after this week we've got the midweek game and then we're back against Liverpool. I think the whole reason why you have a bench is either to bring impact players on to make that substitution within the middle of a game, or you use them as a rotation for the games where you don't need your starting 11 in out every week. Then put people on that will still provide a good play, but you're resting your key players for, say, on Tuesday when we have to play against Real Madrid. So is she likely to start Stina against Real Madrid? I don't think so. So why not give Stina the minutes today against Everton, which she could have used? Because otherwise players on the bench that don't get hardly any minutes are just getting wasted. And then when they do come on, people are going, oh, it's Stina, she's not that good. But if you look at how much game time she's getting, if she's not getting enough game time, then obviously she's not going to be getting better or being consistent because she's not getting consistent minutes either. Have I lost George?
I'm not.
I think we've all lost George.
I've lost George. I was wondering. I completely agree with you there, Chantal. I'll kind of try and back up that way he fixes himself. I've just seen, as most people seen, I caught myself the crazy guy from the 90s. With my sort of what I'd have liked to have seen off the bench lineup. But I get that might have been a bit over the top. But as you say, the likes of Stina, even like that Nightswonger, we've not seen her at all. Player, gear the first half. Let's see what she can do. At least then we'll get an idea again against Real Madrid, knowing right off the bench we can bring this, and this is what they'll do to our game.
Yeah, sorry, I'm back now.
Hi, George, you're back.
Yeah. Yes. Obviously, we're seeing Laura. We're seeing Manu Zinsberger in goal. Lucky us. Do you think, obviously, with Daphne having that concussion, this probably gives her a good couple of games in the team to maybe get some form as well?
Yeah, I mean, we all know what it's like as a player. You try and strive to get back off the bench. I'm kind of hoping the time that Manu's had off the bench that it's a lesson learned for her, and she's picked up on the mistakes that she mostly makes. It's silly little mistakes like staying still on her feet when she should be coming in commanding a box and getting a ball out the air, or it's a case of her just standing and watching a ball go past her to go into her net. So I'm kind of hoping that the next few games it's a lesson learned for her and she can try and get into the team. We all know what a concussion, how long a concussion can be. It can be up to 6 weeks. It can be 3 weeks. It can be 2 weeks. It just depends on how serious the concussion is. But
unlucky. Close one there for Arsenal.
Yeah, unbelievable, Jeff. So James, you want to just say what the chance was?
The chance, I'm not entirely certain because I do have an advert currently on my telly that's kind of blocking my view, but it was a nice bit of play coming from what looks like we're playing a very pushed forward back line, which went from what looks like Chloe Kelly on the far side, played back into the middle. It was a kind of cross-come shot going for the bottom corner. The keeper done her job well there, just to kind of protect it as Russell was running in for any rebounds.
Yeah. Is Mario playing?
I think so. I'm not.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she's through the middle.
The only reason I'm asking because I made her fantasy captain. So
it looks like Mariona's playing through the middle. It doesn't necessarily look like we've got a set left winger. I don't know how I'm feeling about this, to be honest with you.
We ain't had one for a while. But yeah, Emma,
I'm ahead of you guys by a few seconds.
Oh, okay. This could be fun. That's fun.
That's what happens when we're all using the crappy YouTube stream. We're all using this crappy YouTube stream. We're all bloody seconds behind and seconds ahead. Like,
we'll be your future.
It's not that bad, John.
Obviously, carrying on with the start, Emma. We seem to have started quite fast out the block, haven't we? So that's a good sign.
Yeah. Well, I'm liking the fact that Kelly looks well at home again, and that she's excited to start. So, hoping that's a good omen for her. She just needs to hurry up and score more, and then she can be reselected.
I think the Chloe Kelly move was a no-brainer. I know some people don't agree with that, and all that stuff because she was a lioness and Claire Wheatley picked her, but we won't go there. But I think Chloe's got a point to prove, hasn't she, Chantal, as well? So
yeah, I mean, obviously we know that a certain team has followed a pattern by getting rid of managers. So I think now she'll have even more to prove now that like the person who seemed to be a bit of an issue is gone. But like I've always rated her as a good player. The way she plays, not only will she cross it in, but she's not afraid to go direct as a winger as well. And I think tonight's game would have been perfect to see her play with Stina, because I've seen like 1 or 2 crosses from Kelly at the moment, and so far no one's got on the ball. But that's where you need your Stina players, because Stina just knows where to be to get that ball for that tap in. And I think between Stina and Kelly, they could be a good duo together.
Yeah. Oh, what a goal. No, I'm joking. I just wanted to wind you that up, see if I was ahead. So, yeah.
Don't take this the wrong way, George, but how the fuck did you see that goal before us?
That's the first blind joke of the evening.
There'll be plenty more.
It's
fine, because I could be saying what a goal, and then it's probably like the camera's probably panned on the Liverpool Man United game, so that's fine. I'll probably have it on the Run TV program or something. So yeah, I do agree with that. With Chloe. Like, it's nice to actually have someone putting the ball in the box. It's just a shame that we don't have many people that know how to finish it in the box.
I don't know how we're really lined up tonight. It looks like I don't know if anybody's confused by this lineup, because it seems like Frida's coming out in the wing, Mariona's pulling in, and then Frida's coming in, Mariona's pulling out. I'm confused. Leah's sitting just behind the midfield. I don't know.
Well,
confusing.
I was going to say, I will say, Sinsberg has just made a save, so she's not doing that bad.
Women of the match, give it to her straight away.
First save for Manu, corner to Everton.
But I mean, from the play that Everton's just had, it just looks like McCabe's either not wide enough to cover her player, or she's sitting too high up, which then means Catley's got to come over and help out, and then they're just backing off, which seems to be a reoccurring issue with Arsenal at the moment. We're just giving too many players from the opposition too much time and too much space.
Yeah, that was a big issue of mine, James, at the Man City Cup game, when they just gave so much space to Mary Fowler. Like, it was like she had ages to shoot. It was like, wait for it. Like, I'm not being rude. I could have watched the whole box set in the amount of time they gave space to Mary Fowler. But I don't. What do you think why do you think that's happening from the defensive responsibility? They're giving them so much time on the ball. They should just close them down, surely.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't know. YouTube's having a problem if anybody else is as well. But
yeah, mine's is like looking like it's paused, and then a guy just came up with a bit of paper and he's on.
Yeah, but as you were saying there, George, it's not just the Man City game. I mean, even the Liverpool game as well. At the weekend there, the time we were getting players, not even just necessarily have shots, anything. It's like go and attack. The night we look a bit, for me, we look as if we've sort of went all in, go for it, sort of put the pressure on, run a bit, but there doesn't seem to be a set, this is your role, this is where you'll play, which is as Laura says, is a bit concerning. For Mariona can do that kind of thing. If you were to ask me the same question about a Frida and a Russo, I'm not so sure. Because, as you said, there's nobody that's really gone, this is my area, so I mark this certain player. So whenever they're coming forward, they're getting the space. But going forward for us, we do look as a lot sharper and going forward. It's just try to beat that offside trap at the minute, because that's now the third time we've been flagged up for offside.
Yeah. Also, today, anyone who's watching, please feel free to drop your views in the comments or predictions or what. If you think we're talking loads of shit, tell us. If you agree with us, tell us.
If you disagree with us, tell us.
If you think we're talking shit, then you should join us in a regular podcast. We do that for a full year solid.
Yeah, exactly. We do that normally twice a week.
James does that every day, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Hey, listen, it's worked for the crazy guy so far this week. I'm telling you.
I think James is right, Laura. He was giving me kisses and everything earlier in the chat.
I said to him, see when he did that, I said to him, do you think you're talking to me? And he was like, how? And I said, you put a love heart and kisses at the end of that chat. At the end of that chat. And he was like, oh, I didn't realise.
I thought he was trying to chat me up.
I was in the middle of talking to Laura whilst I was sending the message, so it was like in my brain I was talking to her through the text. So
That's fine.
as we say, we like to share the love here at Arsenal. We don't seem to share much else in terms of views or anything, so why not share the love?
Laura, I'll come to you. Obviously, we was just talking about Katie McCabe. I think today she needs to play quite a responsible and professional performance, doesn't she? Because I think I know she wound me up, but she wound quite a few people up with just stuff that she done on the weekend that she didn't really need to, did she? And so it's not a surprise she gets that reputation.
Yeah, I mean, for me alone on Monday, I think people can see it on the podcast that Katie is on a very fine line with some of the Arsenal fan base. I think she just needs to grow up. As James pointed out on Monday night's show, that she's the island captain. She's one of the ones that really should be saying to people, knuckle down and keep your head down, but she just seems to want to get into everything. But I think tonight she really needs to do her work with her mouth shut. So she does. And I think she's got a few points to prove. So hopefully maybe we'll see a McCabe banger, but we haven't seen one of them in a while. So I don't think it's looking likely.
Yeah. With McCabe, Chantel, do you think it's more of just that she has a temper that sometimes it boils over, or do you think it's the passion that she should show? Because I hear both sides of it.
I think it's a very fine line between passion and being passionate, and then also just being a performing monkey. I think Katie's very much like Marmite. You either love her or you hate her with the way she plays and acts within a game. Do I think she's a bad footballer? No. Do I think some of the tackles or the aggression that she displays is lack of judgment and poor? Absolutely. I mean, we've seen it in the past when she was lucky not to get caught out when she elbowed Frank Kirby, who wasn't even going for the ball and wasn't even in play for the ball. It's decisions like that which you think, what are you doing as a player? Obviously, Olivia Smith really frustrated her during Liverpool in the first half, because you could see it. Like, Smith was running circles around Katie, sending the ball one way, running round her to get to the ball. Was it the frustration of how the game carried on into the second half? Maybe that's what made her lose her temper. Like, being Irish, I know that they're a bit feisty. So, but yeah.
Yeah, but that's like saying the Scottish are angry, but it doesn't necessarily mean constantly going on a pitching. I mean, Kim Little's Scottish. We don't see Kim Little using our angry Scotsman on players. Like, as you say, Chantel, there's a fine line, and there's a time where you can use it, and there's a time where you just don't.
And I think now, like, a lot of these newer fans that are here before, like, I mean, like, you get the football fans, and then obviously because of the Euros, we've talked about it before, these fans that have now joined on the wavelength of I support this club for this player. Katie's got a lot of players backing her up, and a lot of the players back her up because of the show that she provides, which, like, that's not football to me. Like, you come to watch the game, you come to watch the girls play a strategic game and win. It's not to be a circus and, you know what, like, we're losing or I can get away with this because it's my, like, character of the game. Like, that's not what the game's supposed to be about. So she's either got to keep her head and not let it get to her, or if this is how it's going to continue, then I'd rather swap out and get a player who's going to just be there to defend.
At the end of the day, she's captain of Ireland as well, so she obviously has those leadership qualities. So it's just a silly lose your head moment. Like, it could be so costly in a game. Like, say, like, you're 1-0 up against, we'll just use Real Madrid, for example, Emma. Say we're beating Real Madrid and close to going in the semi-final, and she just loses her head over something silly, and it just lets everyone down, doesn't it?
Well, especially if she gets another red. Yeah. But fingers crossed she can keep her head. I just think she probably just had one of those bad games that everyone is associated with, but she just chose the wrong game to have a bad game day.
Yeah,
because she does some incredible stuff. I mean, she seems to be up for it tonight. I just hope she keeps her head and that we win tonight, because I don't really fancy a 0-0 draw, because that will do us nothing.
No, exactly. Evening, Bez. Good to hear from you, mate. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I don't want to really pile into the players that much while we're playing, but it's not like they can hear me anyway. That'd be at half time.
George, we have a secret listener.
Yeah, that'd be on the half time. It'd be on the interactive.
Yeah, I was going to say, Renee's playing this at half time and saying, listen to this lot, because they know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why they're sitting on their couches on a Friday night, you know what I mean?
See, for me,
she knows exactly what we need. So, moving on. Obviously, we'll Liverpool Man United also has just kicked off. That is 0-0. So hopefully United can drop some points there. Well, we have to win first, so won't matter if we don't. Going on to Laura, talking about obviously we'll talk about Leah Williamson. I don't think she's actually started that bad today, to be honest. Do you see her stepping up even more now? Well, obviously going into these big games like tonight and then Real Madrid, they're season-defining games, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, I think Leah on Sunday was one of the ones that was really angry with the performance on Sunday. To me, like, watching Leah perform under angry issues seems like it's maybe best that Leah is angry all season long, because tonight she's one of the ones that seems aggressive. Seems like, sorry, I'm really sorry, Misty's barking at something.
Misty don't agree.
Yeah, she's like, we don't like anger. But yeah, I think she just needs to add a bit more aggression to her game. I think we've not really seen that from Leah. I know when I've watched a previous video before with Leah, she did say that she doesn't like to really be an aggressive defender, because she feels if she's aggressive, then she was never in the right position in the first place, which is why she never really slide tackles. But yeah, I just think she needs to add a bit more aggression to her game, and hopefully, like I said, Renee said that the players were angry on Monday morning, so I'm hoping they're angry to be able to get the game over the line tonight.
I love it how there's like one eye on the screen talking to us and another eye looking up just to be like, oh, there's an option there.
We were close there. We were close. It's hard. It's really hard trying to think what you're trying to say and watch a game at the same time.
You're analysing while they're playing.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
But yeah, I think tonight we're seeing a little bit different, Aaliyah, and hopefully that's something that we can take in going forward now, because we need to finish second. We can't be adding those extra games on next season. We've seen it last season. We've seen it this season. It's took a toll on our players, and then they're tired. So there.
Yeah. So, well, I know this question was asked, and I know a lot of people have different perspectives of what a successful season is and what isn't. But we're going to attack that elephant in the room. I'll start with you, James. Not because I'm talking about elephants or anything. Just thought I'd start with you. Would you see if we got into the through to the semi-finals of the Champions League and finished second as a successful season for this season?
For last season, I think taking into consideration where we were when Jonas left, you've got to come in and say there's been some format of success there in the terms, but the fact we're talking about Arsenal Women's Football Club, for me, that is still not good enough. As you say, this season, I think a lot of fans have came to the realisation it's a write-off. Just try and finish in strong a position as possible, league-wise, and have a bit of fun with a run in Europe. See where that takes us. Next season, I will say, we need something more than a Conti Cup. We need the very bare minimum, a cup double. And even then, I wouldn't say that. Next season for me is the be all and end all. We need to beat Chelsea to that league title. Yeah. We cannot. Chelsea, for me, they're doing, I think it's what, 6 in a row? Six in a row this season.
Yeah. Yeah.
If they go first, Evan, genuinely looking at the club after that point, you're going, where the hell do we even go?
Yeah. Because we're kind of getting left behind, aren't we, as well? Like, really.
As I said at the podcast on Monday, I came in Jonas' first season. So I was Chelsea were already kind of cup like years, and I think we had winning trophies and league titles. So it was hard to kind of wrap around. I did used to have a debate a wee bit with a few of the supporters club members in terms of why we look almost as if we're comfortable with second place. And it was, I get the whole, it's the Arsenal and we're working and it's building and we're doing this towards the future. This is now, we're now 6 years in my eyes, 6 years into the future, and we're still the same. We need to be winning, at the very least, winning a trophy.
Yeah.
Each season.
Sorry, but we've scored.
Yeah, I was just about to say we've scored. I've not got a clue. We're 1-0.
I think
I swear to God, I'm sorry, but I really hate YouTube. YouTube is just frozen again.
The 24th minute, for anybody that had that as a prediction, Arsenal are 1-0 up.
My screens crashed.
My screen went blank when they scored, but we scored, so I'll take it.
Based on what the camera's doing, it looks like it's
back on, guy.
It looks like it's Alessia Russo 1-0.
It's Alessia Russo.
Yeah.
My minute is out. I said the 24th minute. My minute is out by a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say bring back the FA player because YouTube is fucking shite.
Yeah, but
either that or else the guy's a Tottenham fan.
Yeah, probably.
This stream is terrible.
It's just so frustrating, isn't it? Like Chantal, obviously, you want to be able to watch the games as good as you can, and then they give us a streaming service like the YouTube channel. And I'm not saying YouTube shit because we're on YouTube, and I don't want us to get kicked off because we're criticising their platform. But the women's football on the YouTube channel, it is shocking, isn't it?
I mean, like, if you go back before the Euros, you can kind of accept it is what it is because of the fan base. But we have grown so much, and there's now so much publicity that you could literally walk through a town centre and you will see at least one advert of some female footballer that is involved in it, or some advert a part of female football. The fact that we have not improved our streaming services to watch the game, quite frankly, is like shocking, because your fans are watching. So surely you want to do whatever you can to get most views of your game if they can't make it to that game. How no one has invested in this. Like, if I had money in the world, I would invest in some sort of streaming service. I'd make my own channel up for the football.
Games away again.
But like, it's just one of them things. We seem to go 2 steps forwards in one area and 1 step back in a different area.
See, for me, right, I get it's free in a sense. So I do get the thing with it. The whole thing for me with going YouTube was YouTube pay per the views. If you get so many views, obviously we see it with YouTube vloggers and stuff. And that for me was where the switch was. Well, that's where the more money's made. But if that's the case, at the very least, you have to be keeping up with the streams. The fact that I'm 30 seconds ahead of Laura is doing this there for me. 2 minutes behind Lisa Chantel. It's crazy how far behind how much everybody is. And then, as you see, a stream like this, it's a big night. Either stream it or don't. Simple. If you can't get this to work right, don't stream it.
Yeah. I agree. That was obviously a good start with the goal with Russo, Laura. I think she needed that as well, didn't she? Like last couple of games, it's been a bit up and down. So her getting back up and running with the goals, it's quite good for Russo, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I was touching on this before the Liverpool game the other day. I said that Russo does really need to get the goals back in, otherwise she's going to go back to the way she was at the start of the season with no confidence. So hopefully this goal tonight will give a wee boost, and then she'll be back to goal scoring form again. I just think the morale in the team alone was just a bit low. Tonight we seem like the morale was a bit more higher. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but just going back to the streaming service, what annoys me is that there's so much money around, and like we say about the fan bases increasing and all that, but it's not like we're short of streaming platforms that would host WSL football, is there? Like, you've got Amazon Prime, you've got even stuff like obviously Sky Sports, TNT, all that stuff, BBC, ITV, all these. So you're telling me that not one of them could have picked up WSL games? Like, well, for example, why is both these games not on Sky Sports? Like, I'm assuming Liverpool Man United is. But last time I checked, Sky Sports have more than one football channel.
Yeah, the Man United games on BBC Sport Online and the iPlayer.
Oh well, there you go. Like, so why couldn't Sky have put the Arsenal game on?
Yeah, I completely agree with you, George. See, at the end of the day, it's, as you say, we're building this big whole platform. and it was one of the big song and dances that was made by the FA. We've signed this new big lucrative deal. Yeah, you're still lucky if you're getting a game a week on Sky. What's the point in signing a big deal if they're not going to show games? I get they're not going to show every game. I appreciate that. But that's where, as well as you say, with the streaming services, I argued it for the sense of the men as well. Arsenal's got its absolute own streaming service. Let Arsenal stream it.
Yeah.
I get with not every
Arsenal
game.
stream it, a free stream. And you know what? Whatever we make in revenue off the stream, split 50-50 with Everton.
Yeah. Like, I get with not every game, but like if you so for example, like you look at the WSL this weekend, the only other like I'm assuming the league or Subway / McDonald's / whatever cups on tomorrow or whenever it is. But there's no reason that I still don't think there's any reason they couldn't have put Arsenal Everton on Sky.
Yeah.
Like what's on tonight? Like I don't know. Am I missing something? Like
Darts.
I thought that was yesterday.
I don't know. I didn't realise darts was still on. I thought darts was only happening at Christmas time.
I don't.
But you know what I mean? Like, so there's so much more they could do. Like, I know we're a bit hesitant because of the money that these TV programs will bring, and I understand that you can't have every single game on, and in that sense. But when there's space for a game, why not? Like, they can find time to put Arsenal Liverpool on next Saturday at 5:30 because it's an international break. So, what is there a rule that you can only have so many games on in a weekend? I don't know.
I don't think it's even that. I think like if you were smart like BBC, obviously you have BBC iPlayer. So what's stopping you from having all the games on the iPlayer on the internet and then pick the main ones that you want to be also on a TV channel? Like, is there like some rule or some functional that they can't stream all the games on the iPlayer?
No enough people paying their TV license.
Hello to evening to Scott. Scott said, "Did Kim Little need assistance?" No, mate. Absolute baller. 10 more years. 100 years, mate. 100 years, Kimmy Little.
Yeah, she did get that assist tonight, so she did, which is good to see. And here we go, Leah stepping up, defending here, which is good to see. We asked a bit more of Leah, and I think she's done that tonight. But yeah, the good thing for Kim is to get that assist.
Yeah, so nice assist from Kimmy. Future of Arsenal, Kimmy and Russo.
I will just say that Leah Williamson is now Arsenal's record WSL appearance holder, making her 158th against Everton this evening, surpassing Jordan Nobbs.
So that I'm hoping the fans do 158 renditions of Leah Williamson. If it's not done, then they're letting us down. But they probably won't.
Lovely. Oh, just over the bar by Kelly. Yeah.
But yeah,
lovely.
Going back to the TV stuff, could you guys see someone like an Amazon Prime or a Netflix or someone like that eventually taking on the WSL for the TV coverage?
Well, TNT seem to be taking a lot more of the Women's Champions League games on.
Did they get a couple of games for the American League or something?
Yeah, I think they announced that they were going to be streaming a lot more of the NWSL, weren't they?
So that'd be interesting. That'd be good to watch because I've never watched it because I've not known where to really watch it. So at least
I know Twitch do a lot of the NWSL games.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Dazen's not picked up a couple more of the women's games besides the Champions League.
Yeah.
Because that's still like they've got the YouTube channel there and they've got their own app. So I feel like that's a wasted streaming channel as well.
James has had a problem with his. I don't know what's happened, so he's had to come off.
I don't think the internet likes James.
My laptop, it takes it all. I'm just trying to figure out how I can turn the mic off, connecting to the phone, so that it can come back onto the stream with me.
James has been fired, apparently.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought he'd vote of confidence for James. Yeah, Emma, I'll come to you. Obviously, like what we were just saying about the TV channels, could you ever see, like, in the near future that we start having more coverage of the games on TV, or do you think?
Oh no! Everton just scored. Sorry about that.
Manu!
Yeah.
What is Manu doing, man?
To be honest, I will say that there was an attacker.
I saw that coming.
On them, so.
Bastards, lost my clean sheet and everything. So yeah, obviously Everton have equalised. Manu Benchberger, obviously.
What is Manu doing, man?
Yeah.
Bloody watching it. Come and command the box.
I'm doing a Jose Mourinho here. If I speak, I'm in trouble. I don't like to pile in on a player when they've just made a big fuck up, but Manu.
Yeah, that was shocking.
You had your chance to. Manu's not played that much.
Yeah,
it was the sort of game that we needed a kind of a solid performance from her. Andrew's probably losing his head because I'm talking about dear old Manu here, but no, I just can't. I can't be having Manu. She reminds me. She reminds me of Aaron Ramsdale. Like on their day, really, really good, but then it's just always prone to that mistake that keeps the other team in the game. I don't know if you agree, Emma.
Yeah, I agree completely because it's like they're not getting that game time because like it's always been DVD.
Yeah.
And, like, don't get me wrong, she's an incredible, passionate goalkeeper, but then again, it's like, well, you know, if you don't give them the time, do not expect a clean sheet from them all of the time. It's like with sorry to go back to like the men's and everything, but like with Ben, he did cause he caused like one of the goals because he lost that person, but he's only been back into the game. He only started.
Yeah.
And going back to your question about TV things, Sky Sports really need to stand up against like put women first. They've put the boxing first on Sky Sports, which is the first I've ever watched a boxing match with the women's in it. So if they can do boxing, why can't they do more WSL games? They've got so many different channels, and they've got Sky Plus as well. So why can't they put some of the WSL games on that channel?
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah. Obviously, that's a disappointing mistake, Laura, isn't it, Manu? I don't know what to say. It's just Manu, isn't it?
I mean, I don't even know what's going on. We know there's traits in Manu that we know that's good there. But just standing there and watching that kind of thing and not commanding your box is just, you're an experienced goalkeeper. We've lost George again.
It's like continue and we'll discuss it when he gets back.
But yeah, it's obviously James is back, as you can see, managed to fix the whole mic thing here. But yeah, it's just a simple thing, really, isn't it? Like, command your box, shout at the players in front of you, and tell them to get into position, because essentially that's what your box is for as a goalkeeper. Just demand the box more and demand more.
Like, what you're saying, Laura, is that obviously we know Manu can be very inconsistent. Like, she'll make, earlier on in this game, she made a cracking save.
Yeah.
And then at like this point, it was a little tap in for Everton to get. However, if you look at where we lose it, Everton is doing a high press. Volti's lost it. So then someone's like running down pretty close to our goal on the wing.
Like the situation we're in the moment on the screen. Like, we're playing at that back line.
And then someone's like proper open, unmanned, calling for the ball. So then Katie's came all the way across to mark that person. Yeah. Steph's not dealt with the ball that's come in, which Manu either should have called for, or did Steph just not get contact to clear it? And then you've got someone on the back post who's completely empty. So, like, as much as Manu should have got to that, or at least tried more, like, you can only do what your team's doing. And I think at that build-up, it was just poor defending from the whole team that's got to that point as well.
Yeah, because, like, obviously when there's a mistake, obviously the goalkeeper is going to take most of the slack for that. But obviously, like you said, Chantel, defensively we were quite poor.
I mean, you've got Fox. Like, we play McCabe and Fox very high now. So because Volti's lost the ball, Fox is already out of position. So Leah's had to come over to close that wing down. Yeah. And then you've got, where's your CDM, who's supposed to be marking someone on the edge of the box, calling for the ball. And then Katie's now come out of position. So it's like, what are you supposed to do then? Like, obviously, if Leah doesn't pull across, you give someone all that space to run at the goal. But then do you, as McCabe, decide to come all the way over, or should someone else be in that position to make sure they can't do that cutback? It's like basic things like this that we should be doing consistently, but we're not.
I mean, I touched on it on Monday about the whole pace of our players. You look at a player like Lucy Bronze, right? She comes out of position. 98% of the time, Lucy Bronze is tracking back with pace. Yeah. To me, Katie McCabe doesn't ever seem to track back with pace. The only player that in our team that ever does it is Emily Fox. Our team don't do it with pace. They're just so lackadaisical, and the tracking back can become lackadaisical as well. If we're going in the summer for new players, then we need essentially a player that's going to be able to A, go up that wing, and B, make it back in time to put some sort of tackle in to get the ball back when it's lost. It's just, there's no pace at all between coming out of position, and then also, as you touched on, Chantel, there's a lack of Leah Volti coming into that space to then cover that for Katie to go forward. It's essentially what her role is. She's like a defensive midfielder. Pull into that space. If Leah and Steph have to come across, then we need someone in there to essentially cover that spot. But there's just no communication whatsoever between the players for that to happen.
No, I agree. And I think people can criticise Leah Volti, fine. Players do make mistakes, but you can't criticise someone like a Leah Volti when you've got other players that are behind her that are not actually doing their defensive job as well.
Yeah, essentially, no one's just blaming singular players here. For weeks, we've been calling out players on their poor performances. All season long, our full team has been dreadful. Like, there's no consistency there. We're essentially looking for is a bit of consistency in every single player.
Yeah, no, I agree. Because you sell a player down the river with it, and then they get the blame for if we like. You see what's just happened. It's just consistency, and that's all we ask for, isn't it, Chantel? Consistent performance to the level that we know they can get. Because, like we've said before, the players that we know when they play at their high level, they can compete against teams like Chelsea, who are supposed to be one of the better teams in Europe across, and it's definitely obviously in the WSL. Like these players, they know how to play football at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, they're in the Arsenal squad for a reason. If you take away fan base, if you look at these players on a piece of paper, they all have pros to bring with them. If you look at, like, say, like Volti, she is at the moment one of the best that we have in her position. If you look at Fox, what she brings to the team, the likes of having 2 international captains, then you've got Russo, who is like scoring goals. The fact that all of these players are big names in our team and in their own national team, the fact that they're not being consistent is, I think, the biggest issue that we as fans will complain about. And it's not like we ever blame one player per game, like, oh, the Liverpool game was DVD because she let that one go in. No one's saying that. The issue was that as a team, on a whole, we weren't at our best and we weren't playing at our best in that team building bit. And that's where your consistency comes in, because without consistency, then we're not going to be it.
We're still doing this whole, no, I'll pass to you before. We need to really learn to take a shot when we're in this box. And there we go. Easy lose that ball.
Half time.
Yeah.
Half time for anybody that doesn't know. Everton won, Arsenal won. The thing for me, I get like that. A lot of people, I'm not a Man U fan. Never really have been. I think there's so many inconsistencies for a goalkeeper. But you can't really blame Man U for that goal there. That falls came in. There was more than enough there to deal with the problem. And that was just a total defending. Where Man U is then left 3 yards from the line, being the last possible person to try and stop that going in. Well taken by Everton, hats off, they've kind of frustrated us. But at the same time, going forward, there it is again, we are not putting the pressure on. We've spent about 3 quarters of this half in there, in and around their 18-yard box. And other than us scoring the goal, which not one person saw, I genuinely don't think we've tested that goalkeeper.
Yeah, obviously it's 1-1 at half time now.
Granddad's back.
Hey, less of that.
That's
not my name. My name is Andrew. It says Andrew, not your granddad.
I can't see what it says, so you're fine.
Sorry, George. The good thing about it is Man United and Liverpool are still drawing at the moment.
Yeah,
at
exactly.
34 minutes.
So, I think that is what you've got to think of as well. That it's still 1-1. We've still got another half to play. Man United's Liverpool's 0-0. I know it's been spoke by Josh in the WhatsApp group. When there's a show on, so come and put your comments here about Leah Volti. People saying she's better than the City defensive midfielder. She's made one mistake, mate. Like, I still think Leah Volti on her day is probably one of the best defensive midfielders out there.
Yeah,
Andrew,
fair enough.
Andrew, I know you've said stuff about that. What's your views?
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's one of those things in the moment. Yeah, it wasn't the best moment, but yeah, Everton have looked really quick on when they've got the ball. They've been really quick. I think we've been better in possession. Clearly dominated, the possession stats and getting some moments there. But yeah, they made a quick break. Caught us out. There was an overlap. Steph Catley had 2 people on her. But yeah, it happens. But I agree with you, George. I'm still super confident. I think there's still enough in this game with the 11 we've got out there, and we've got a far superior bench. But yeah, it's just it was a moment. This is football. You're not going to win every duel. You're not going to win, every moment. And it's okay. It's all right. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, head loss doesn't need to happen yet, and this is what Arsenal fans do, and it baffles me.
You know what song I'm going to start singing for Andrew, and the Celtic fans do it. Don't worry.
Don't worry, be happy.
I think we need to step our massive up because we cannot drop points, and we are, chasing top 3. So it's, it's one of them ones. One of them ones. Tonight is a must win, and if we drop points and United win their game with Liverpool, then the gap could become 4 points, 5 points. So we have to win this.
Yeah,
we have to win this.
I know what you're saying, Josh, but I think
bit early.
You can't just look at one game to be like a must win. We now know that WSL is so competitive. Look at how Brighton faced Chelsea. Like they ended up sharing a point. So I think every game now from next season, from the first game to the last game, it's got to be a must-win game every week because you can't be promised these points anymore. And I think like the blue team at the top are starting to realise that.
Well, you're not allowed to say the name in case we evoke them.
You can't drop the C bomb.
The C bomb.
What I'll say is, I get what everyone's saying. Like I do. Like people on here know I'm quite a straight talking, quite level-headed. If I think the players are shit, I'll tell you if they're fucking shit. But we are 1-1 away at Everton. Like, mate, I've seen.
I'm not gonna lie. Kim Little needs to leave the club ASAP, bro, because
wait a minute. He's off.
Yeah, I've seen better soft play areas than where we're playing at the minute. So just hold your head, be patient. If we drop points today, we drop points today. It's not what we want, but let's be honest. The only thing that really matters is as long as we qualify in the top 3 and get as far as we can in Champions League, it don't matter.
Yeah.
I got faith anyway. We're Arsenal. We do a comeback.
Plus, we've got Man United last game. They've got Chelsea and Man City to come. We've got those games out of the way. So even if there's points dropped at any point, and I genuinely don't think, there's the snoring doggy. I think we're fine.
And we could create history tonight, guys.
We could create history. How's that, George?
We may be on the first watch-along that I've been on that we've not lost. Every watch-along I've been on, we've lost.
Oh wow!
So yeah,
we maybe have to substitute, bring you off after.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
Last 5 minutes.
Damn.
Who decided for George to make his comeback return tonight?
Every song you've been on, you've lost. Oh, Jesus Christ!
I'm the boss. So
yeah, you tell him. He's got.
I'm the boss. I make the decisions, so it's fine. So yeah, I'm kind of lost on track who's actually on here now. But
Emma, Joe, me and James and Chantel.
Right, cool. Yeah, I just think generally when you go to Everton, it's never an easy game. And I know that sounds excusable, but it isn't. It's not. Like when you go away when you have to go in the trenches and go and play on pitches like that, everyone moans about Meadow Park, but there's probably bigger car parks in Birmingham than places like that. So don't worry. And I think isn't our saviour on the bench anyway, Lena Hurty. So
yes, I saw Lena's back. That's amazing.
Not muted.
Stick her at the back post. It'll be all right.
Put Amanda on that right wing, Lena on the other side, Stina through the middle, enough to win you the Champions League. Why not?
Yes,
I've lost my head.
I was going to say, I'm the most level-headed person here, he says, and then
With English accent.
I've got a question for everyone.
Oh, here we go.
Liverpool lead against United.
Would you make any substitutions at half time, or are you happy with how our starting 11 is playing to continue for about 10-15 minutes?
Yeah,
get in.
What's that? What did you say, Josh? Did Liverpool score?
Olivia Smith gets in there.
Oh, Olivia Smith, our future player.
Olivia Smith, fantasy
Come on, Paul.
protege, expert.
Right, so I mean, man, Arsenal have to win this game. Now they're currently losing.
We will win this game. Stop worrying. Be
The same player
positive.
that cooked Katie McCabe on the wing, bro.
Be positive, mate.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Be
happy. There you go.
But we can't win the game when it's still half time. So you have to wait for it to kick off.
Josh, do you need a hug? You all right, buddy? You all right? Do you need some help with stuff? Is everything okay?
On this.
Olivia Smith. I knew I should have catched her.
She's a cracking player. We need her. We need her. She's amazing. She's well, she's Agent Smith now. If she's going to go and start doing that to United, that's amazing.
I've just seen a Man United fan on Twitter has wrote #Skinner out. I thought, Jesus, thought we were bad.
Crikey!
Only just conceded.
That's it, done.
Do you think this is the season for the most managers sacked in it?
Well, we have got a bit of a dodgy one because actually Mark Skinner is actually equally the most successful manager in the WSL.
What?
I can't think of another manager that's won a trophy apart from Nick Cushion.
Oh, I see. Right, currently, yeah.
Yeah,
saying, yeah. That might be true.
Obviously,
I mean, he's won one FA Cup, and that's the only trophy in the entire history. So
there's one more FA Cup than we've won in the last few years.
Yeah.
We've turned into a League Cup team.
And defence, I said that Monday. In the last 10 years, any domestic trophies, Arsenal have won 5.
I know what it feels like to be a successful Newcastle United fan. Right. Yeah, so Nick Cushion, he won the WSL with Man City.
Second half, man. You must.
So Nick Cushion won the WSL with Man City, and I don't think anyone else has won the title or a trophy in the league. Well, I might be wrong though.
No, I think Emma Hayes has won the rest. And who did we win it with? Was it Joe? Was it Joe Montemurro win?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it was Joe.
It was Vic Akers. So let's different. But Vic Akers might win as well.
I was going to say, women's football wasn't invented for the WSL. It's still Vic Akers.
Sir Vic Akers.
Sir Vic Akers, exactly. Right, I'm gonna go and get myself a drink before the second half. See you on the other side when we celebrate a glorious victory with a Leah Volti hat trick.
Cheers, Andrew. So yeah,
Everton away ain't listen, it's not easy, man. Everton away ain't easy. It's not easy, man. But we have to win. If we don't win, then leave every single player in Everton, man. Just let them walk home.
We have to play the youth team in Madrid. I'm not going all that way. I'm not going all that way to watch.
You know what? I actually think.
Is the club getting enough female players to be able to do that?
What was that, James?
We're struggling for a first team with chance. We got our youth team got the Madrid.
Call me crazy, but I actually think that both Arsenal Madrid teams. You know what I mean? Everyone's writing us up. Oh, Mbappe this, Mbappe that, Vinicius this. I don't care. Yeah, they come to our gaff under the lights, Emirates Stadium, bro. We're cooking them.
You
can't wait for that.
Can't beat Everton. Come on, be positive.
As it pans to across the road to Anfield.
Yeah.
Yes. Come on, dude. Good stuff,
You obviously James.
Oh my God, 2-0 Liverpool. Wow.
Yeah, Liverpool just scored again.
Wow.
Hey Arsenal, come on, must know.
Wow, Liverpool have doubled their leads. Fucking hell, mate.
You know what?
Maybe
losing 1-0 against Liverpool ain't for everyone. Just saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, Liverpool, man. 2-0. This is absolutely perfect.
Well, at least we're gaining a point on Man United. So.
Oh,
what a goal!
They're getting absolutely cooked. They're getting cooked.
That Liverpool goal came from a Man U.
Come on, Liverpool. You never walk alone, man. Let's have it.
Sorry, George. What was your question, baby?
Yeah, do you think we'll make
Mark Skinner? We want him to stay.
George is trying to ask a question.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Do you reckon we'll make any subs, James, in the second half?
I think we might see a couple come on. Depend who comes on will depend on what the score is. If it's remaining like this, I can probably see the panic getting pressed and the possibility of throwing Stina on a long but we can grab a quick second.
Right, come on, Eunice.
Possibly a third. Then I think we'll take off for Stina. Camilla will come off. She'll be off.
Yeah. I don't think that. I think it's just how we start the second half, isn't it? Like, about changing. I don't think you need to change anything drastically too much, do you, Laura?
First of all, can I just say when everybody's talking that we mute because it's a bit fuzzy. Chantel's just put
I can hardly hear.
It's quite so, I think the last person to mute is George. George, what you say?
I was saying, do you think we could make that many, like a couple of subs, or do you just wait till, say, the 60th minute?
Yeah, I mean, we know Renee is usually really good when it's a bit hazy that she does stuff really quick, but I know the last game she seems to have like made them in the 70th, 75th minute.
That was a kind of a pop shot.
Yeah, she likes to make those subs really early. Hopefully, either we get a goal back or get the subs on and get them on as quick as possible and get them settled into the game. I don't know who, but we really need someone that's going to make an impact. Yeah, hopefully a goal soon or subs to be made.
Yeah. Chantel, come to you. Obviously, we've got some options on the bench, haven't we? Like, if we need to, I think.
What a ball in the box.
Stina's there. Obviously, Lena Hurtier is forward on the bench as well.
Yeah, it's I can read out the bench now. So obviously we've got Williams as our backup keeper.
Should be playing.
Nice-Wonger, Cooney Cross, Palova, Ford, Mead, Hurtig, and Blackstenius. I think on the bench, like obviously we've seen what Lena can do in the Champions game when she came on and she was very much an impact player. Obviously, after making an appearance for 1 or 2 games, she then kind of went off again. So we're not sure how match fit she is ready. But it'd be nice to see the likes of Cooney Cross. Obviously, you got Ford, who has been having a cracking season, that we've said, being very powerful down the wing. Got herself a couple of goals as well. I'd like to see Nice-Wonger come on as well. Like, I've only seen 1 or 2 appearances from her. I'd like to see more of what she can do. I think this could be a good game to put her into, because the games are only going to get harder as we finish the end of our season. And obviously we've got Palova, who everyone's daring and ready to come back, but I don't think she'll make an appearance this game. I think she'll probably, if she's ready, she'll be ready for Emirates return, so she's got like the whole fan base as a welcome back.
Yeah, I just think these games are, Emma, I'll come to you. I just think these games are a bit too physically challenging for Palova at the minute, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. I'm just hoping that she isn't gonna come back too soon. We've seen what it can do. Injury wise, if you come back too soon, you can get one straight away. But hopefully we'll see Hurtig, because she went on leave because she was feeling low about being away from her family, and now she's back again. She needs time to get back in the squad and feel like she's wanted, which I know quite a lot of fan bases want her back in the squad. So she just needs to hurry up and get on, and hopefully Beth will get on as well and not leave.
Yeah, unfortunately, I do think she'll leave in the summer, but
yeah, I've seen quite a lot of people commenting on Viv Miedema's posts about their personal private life, and one Man City fan said, "Oh, now we just need Beth to sign for Man City," and I was like, I can't really say what my comment was, but in my head, because I know we're live. So
I would have just said to it, bollocks to it, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't see, like, then that's just people chatting that are probably not that educated, but I don't really see where Beth fits in at Man City.
No, right. I mean, to be perfectly honest, their relationship, it's kind of like they're professional in what they do.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they can put their football first and their relationship second. Like, they still care about each other, still see each other, but at least they're being professional about it.
Yeah,
and not listening to fans.
I think the whole relationship thing is by the by. Like, Laura and James are like that, but it don't mean they've got to work in the same department, in the same place, at the same working hours, does it?
Yeah, unfortunately, we actually do that in real life. We both work for the same company.
But if an opportunity come up, where one,
definitely not. I'd James if I had to work with them.
Yeah, it's not. You know what I mean? So I just think people that say, "Oh well, because they're together, Beth is going to go because she's with Viv," like.
Yeah,
I'm not.
It's like, I mean, what's going to happen if the sad reality happens that McCabe and Ford break up? they're not going to leave the squad just because of that. They're going to be professional about it.
Yeah, I don't know. Never know about
I
fan base.
hope they'll be professional about it if it happens.
I will say that we've just had a cracking chance anyway, but we did a nice cut back to Marnham, who just missed sadly, but we are applying the pressure now in the second half.
Yeah, exactly. I just think, obviously, I don't know, James, I don't know if you agree as well, that Beth, I don't think she goes City. If she does leave, I don't think she goes City.
It's a hard one. I mean, we say, obviously, right, going back to when we sort of gave Beth a new contract and in turn let Viv go, the whole uproar of that, as I said, I kind of stuck by you honest with that. I think he made the right call and letting Viv go. But where Beth would go, I'm not so sure. Looking at her recently, Beth seems to be, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's still work from the ACL. I don't know if it's mentally. Beth just doesn't seem to be the same player. And for me personally, if I'm looking at, and by Man City, looking at Beth Mead, I'm going, you don't fit in our team. You genuinely don't fit in our team because you're not the same player anymore. And it's a hard one because I like Beth Mead, but I don't know where she would go in the WSL. Definitely, personally, I wouldn't see her go a top four. I think she'd be a Fran Kirby and go to, like, say, a Brighton or maybe even a Liverpool if they're still kind of struggling next year.
Yeah. I could see it. I could have seen if there was a northeastern team that came up, maybe, or going that way. But personally, I don't see a Chantel going into one of like a City, or like she isn't going to be. I don't doubt she'll go City or United. So kind of her options are limited unless she went somewhere like Liverpool, isn't it?
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, obviously, we've seen Kelly come from City and the struggle or even the demand and fight it was to get minutes with the players they've got. I mean, obviously, we know they've got Fowler and they've obviously got a good signing with Fagino, who's been causing havoc this season for them. But yeah, like when you look at other teams and you think like, it's not that Beth Mead's not good. Like, she is good. But when you compare her to other players now, it's just becoming so competitive where you are going to have to either fight to be starting for their minutes or you go to teams that are slightly below the top four. And then, like, that's what we're seeing. We're seeing the likes of Ladd, who left United, who's gone to Everton now. Liverpool's doing good with getting great players in and they're bringing themselves up. So I think, like, if she wants to go close to the money, then she's got to go somewhere around there. But if she's not bothered about going up to Manchester, then she could go to another London team if we don't re-sign her and if she doesn't want to stay.
I personally don't see Beth Mead in a top flight WSL team next season. I see her at London City Lionesses or somewhere else, run a bit there.
I don't know. Me personally, I don't think she leaves, but I know people are saying, "Oh, it's Mead or Ford," but I don't understand why you don't keep both and then you add to it, because you're not adding strength and depth if you're letting players like that go. Doesn't mean Beth's got to play week in, week out, starting that thing, but having Beth Mead as someone you can bring off the bench or start in some games, I think it's a no-brainer. Obviously, that decision's going to be made by Beth or people at the club. You've got Beth, Ford, Mario, potentially Chloe Kelly, and then Hurty. Obviously, Lena Hurty's going to go, so you bring in someone else. That's some proper strength and depth for me.
Yeah, I agree with that. If Beth Mead's happy to come off the bench next season, I think Beth knows herself her season or time playing on the pitch is coming like slowly back down. I think in the next few years, I think we'll see Beth retire, obviously, for England. I think maybe she's looking for another big major competition with England, and then that's when she'll slow herself down, just like Kimmy Little did with Scotland. But if Beth Mead's happy to come off a bench next season, then I don't see why we don't keep her.
I don't think it's even that though, because like obviously we've talked about depth and power and that. The fact that like some games she could come off of the bench when we're playing top 4 games, but then like we've said, we've got the lower teams that she could then be that starting 11 where there's not going to be that much of a higher game or like aggressive play that she could then be that starting 11. I think we had to like also be mindful of like if we get rid of her, apart from her, Steph, and obviously now we've got Kelly, we don't have that many players that takes the corners or free kicks. So if we are gonna be dropping her, I think we need to bring someone else in that can provide a good free kick that Beth can.
That you've got left in that, is Kyra Cooney-Cross, but then that means Kyra Cooney-Cross is going to need regular game time, isn't true? But
yeah.
See, I'll be totally honest. Apparently, I get she's injured just now, but see, apart from that, sort of the kind of niggles we've seen in the last couple of weeks. Ever since Viv left, Beth's attitude just doesn't seem to be the same. It's as if Viv left and Beth's heart left with it.
Yeah.
Genuinely, it was straight away. You'd seen it now. It was like a soul suck. I think what she thought was going to happen was she signed her contract extension. And she was walking into that room a few weeks later to sign hers, only to realise Viv wasn't going to stay. And I think if she knew that, she wouldn't have signed a new contract. I think she'd have left. Even if it wasn't fully Viv to City, I think she'd have left Arsenal.
I think with the thing with Beth as well, like if she does leave, I don't know if you guys agree, surely that shows the ambition. If just say Beth goes, Ford goes, because I think their both contracts are up or similar.
I will say, since you spoke the devil, Ford is coming on, and it looks like so is Beth, Kyra Cooney-Cross, and Stina.
So I told you, Chantel, we're on there. I tell you, it's like Beetlejuice. I say it, I've said Beth 3 times, and it's happened.
And I think we've said it more than 3 times.
Yeah, well, it's Beth Juice, not Beetlejuice.
Off. Kim Little's
I will
off.
say, I think that could show the ambition of what way the club's going. If you see people like Mead, Ford,
Kelly's
Lena all going, that they've got to replace them with higher level players, haven't they?
For sure. Like you can't. Like we know that like the Beths, the Lenas, and all that lot, they are high caliber players on their best day. So you can't just get rid of them and have anybody coming to replace them. So if they are looking at getting rid of these pillars of players, then you have to bring someone in who's going to either match their level or surpass it. But as Arsenal recruitment, do we have that drive and determination to be going for players like that? We've seen it in the transfer window. That's just it's not just gone, but the last transfer window. Yeah. I know we've talked about like teams doing world record bids and contracts, but I'm not saying we need to like be the biggest contract going to get these high players. But you've got to invest money into high players to get the outcomes that you want. You can't just expect to get players from all different places of their playing like formation or whatever, or like their skill, and expect to have high outcome from them, if that makes sense. Like, you need to invest to get what you want.
Yeah, Emma, what do you think about, obviously, going forward? If them players are going to leave, then they've got to be replaced with higher quality. But they've still got points to prove, those players, haven't they?
Yeah, they've definitely got points to prove. They need to make sure that they prove their points before their contracts window shuts.
Come on, we scored!
Go!
I forgot I was muted.
Yes, nice. What a goal!
Great goal, I would say. Started off from Mead to Russo to Fox, crossed it in, Christina, forward at the back post.
Just the injection we needed.
Georgie boy knows what we need to tell you.
I think if you look at the goal, I don't know if Kyra was included because I couldn't see her from the camera angle, but 3 of our substitutions were involved in that goal. So this is what we're saying about having that impact of coming on as a sub that we need.
See that, as they would say in Dad's Army, don't panic, Mr. Mannering. Don't panic. 2-1 to the Gunners. Chelsea, we're fucking coming for you, mate. So get over it.
I think I'm too young for that reference.
No, it's not being too young. It's been called educated, Chantel. Educated.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong, mate. That was a good build up there. And as you say, Chantel, it's great to see that came off their bench, 3 players. For me, it's the exact same when it comes to when we had tip of my tongue, Brazilian.
Rafa.
Gotta get on the Rafa tongue there. She left kind of the same way as others have left, like Lucas.
Oh, it was an own goal.
No getting game time. She's not getting that game time, and that's what I fear. It's the likes of Ford and stuff, who maybe, right, fair enough, they're at that stage of their career where you're kind of going, right, you're heading towards the coming towards the end of it. But if they still feel they've got a year or 2 left in them and they can get game time, they'll end up going, well, you know what, I can go to an Everton, a Liverpool. All right, I might not win something, but I'm still going to be able to get that bit of game time. That's where Arsenal need to watch. And it's, as we said tonight, which we all kind of wanted, was that rotation. We need to learn to rotate.
Yeah. It's gone down as an own goal.
Yeah, Marin
We'll take it.
Yeah, I'll take anything, mate. It could have hit someone off the head that I would have gone it. I'd have even took a Stina special. So, but yeah, obviously we go 2-1 up. Hopefully we can hold out. We can the crying can stop.
Well, my goal prediction is 2-1, so please stay like this.
No, Laura, we want more goals.
Just to share the Arsenal fan base up a little, we are currently second based on the results.
That's why we get James.
Arsenal are second.
This is why we get James on the show, dropping gospels like that. See, second. Just remember that, Arsenal fans. We are second as it stands. Doesn't mean you've got to get your Andrex out and start crying and whinging, because when we're not battering teams like a portion of fish and chips, we are second under Rene Slagers. When this team, as we got told, weren't good enough to be even in the top 4, and we've got Real Madrid on Tuesday. So just relax, as Frankie Goes to Hollywood would say. So
relax. Do it.
Yeah, that's all the Twitter draft tweets been deleted.
Did you have them ready?
Yeah,
I just want to know how Josh will be reacting now, because obviously he made some big bombs about get rid of them and all this lot. So I wonder if he's kind of changed his mood now that we're winning.
No, he's still on the chat, giving it large about Leah Walty. So
he's having a go at Vol. He's having a go at Leah. Yeah, Emma. Obviously, we've got the goal that we need. Like has been said, the substitutions completely have given us that injection we need. Would you rather see us go on and maybe go attack is the best form of defence, or would you just be professional and just see it out?
I can see you're behind me as well, Laura. I'd like to see us go and attack more, because I think this season under Renee Sager might come down to goal difference alone. Oh, what a miss! Oh my god. Yeah, no, we definitely need to go out and attack. I wouldn't sit back and attack.
That is a bar and a post just been hit. We just need to hit the goalkeeper in the face now.
Oh, Jesus. It weren't Stina, was it?
No, but she's ready to attack you.
Yeah, I think I would like to see us get another goal. I agree with the goal difference, but I still think it's important to see games out. Like, obviously, looking at games coming up, this Liverpool game, Laura, it's not going to be easy, is it? Because they're under such a run.
Definitely not. I don't think they'll make it easy for us, especially the way they sat in at Meadow Park. But the only thing that I think that's going for us against that game at Liverpool is the Emirates and how big the Emirates actually is. And maybe finding that space for us might actually maybe be. Sorry, I was watching that there. Maybe be the space that we need it to get in behind Liverpool. But yeah, it's going to be a hard rest of the season for us. We really need to knuckle down and keep it going. Really, the mentality. I wouldn't say it's been a bad performance tonight. We've really pushed. We've really pushed up. I mean, there's Steph on that wing there, getting the balls across. It just shows you how high up our defenders actually are. But it's not been a bad performance tonight. There's been things that we've clearly worked on that have worked for us, and there's things that haven't worked for us.
Yeah.
Smash it. Yeah, smash it.
James just wants everybody to smash it.
Sorry, I was just looking at the WhatsApp group. Yeah. Yeah, it's like watching AFTV in the WhatsApp group. James, I'll come to you. Obviously, we were just talking about the Liverpool game. Sometimes with a couple of games, it's just about seeing the job through, isn't it, and getting the points. And then, because I don't think we're playing as well as we have been, haven't we? Have we at the start of under Renee?
No, I mean, we've seen as we kind of call it, the shakier side of us. It's the one thing I think that will stick as a lump in the throat of every Arsenal fan, of course it will. And saying Chelsea have done exactly that this season many times over, where it's been what you call a horrible, dirty game. They've found a way to dig it in, dig deep, grind it out. It might not be pretty football, but at the end of the day, it's the result that matters. The one main thing many a famous manager used to say, whether you win 1-0 or win 5-0, you still get the same 3 points. It doesn't matter whether that goes the first minute or the last minute, you still get the same 3 points for it. And that's, for me, where Chelsea have done brilliant with. for 6 seasons straight now. They find that way to be nitty-gritty and get the result, whereas Arsenal, recently we've seen that sort of side of us, but for most of the last few years it's been we're 1-0 down, they've equalised, we're drawn, and we just can't seem to find that way of going, you know what, we aren't good, we're way off the pace today, but let's dig into it, get a horrible goal that will win us the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, maybe it's just me. Maybe that's the Arsenal way. I don't necessarily know, but Arsenal need to do something to kind of find the results. As you say, it's to make you a champion when you can win, even when you're playing bad.
And I think that is the big point of it, guys, as well, isn't it? Like the morale of the players hasn't been that high. The results have not. They've been a bit up and down. The performances have not been to the level that we want. But ultimately, it is all about getting the result. Like the West Ham game was all about getting the result. It doesn't matter that we won 4-3 or whatever it was, and Beth Mead saved it on the line and nearly got her hand crushed, like on an episode of Gladiators. But we still got that win. We didn't get that win against Liverpool, and the performance went with it. But like you say, a scrappy goal today, if it wins you the game, what's it matter?
Yeah, I mean, you are going to have games like this where you're constantly. It's not always going to be perfect. We don't always expect it to be perfect, but all we're looking for is a bit of consistency, whether it's a scrappy game or not. We're just looking for a bit of heart for the crest that you wear in your chest, and to keep it up a little bit. We're not looking for games to be perfect. We aren't. We're not looking for players to be perfect. Not every player on the pitch is going to be 99.9% feeling themselves, but we're just looking for that extra team spirit between them to be able to galvanise together and be like, you know what, someone in the team's having a shitty day, but they're still on the team. Let's galvanise together and be able to just get a win out of games and not have it so up and down, up and down.
Let's be honest as well. Like everyone says, how great this Chelsea team is that are going to win the league again. But even they've played games this season when they've been really lucky. Look at when they played Leicester, when they played Brighton. That I think the teams that they've just edged out against. They haven't played pretty football, but they've got the result.
Yeah.
So for me, it doesn't matter. Obviously, you want your team to play in a great performance, but if you get, I'm sure our fan base won't be complaining if we played shit every week and won 1-0.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Some of them probably would, to be fair.
Well, that's my point. You will, as you say, you will always get them. I'll use the example of Rangers the year they done Manchester.
Tina is offside again. It's okay because that's like her second chance, isn't it? So one more and it's a goal.
Right, as I was saying that, when Rangers done Manchester, it was dirty 1-0 wins. It was, as it called, anti-football. Route one up the park. I said it on Sunday. If you're struggling that bad in a pitch and you can't play fancy passing football, route one. At the end of the day, you know what? It's boring. It's dull. It's not going to be a game. It's going to live in the memory. But especially when it comes to league, it's 3 points. And like that, a cup. You're into the next round. Who cares? Nobody cares. Oh, we were in the quarterfinals. We were in the semi-final. What matters is win the final. Who cares what happens along the way?
Yeah, that's just what my thing is with it. Like, yeah, you want to see your team playing amazing football every week in, week out. One, if you think you're going to see that, you're either very deluded or you're very, very lucky that you support a team that does that. Because not even all the best teams in the world don't do it. Like your Barcelona, there's times when they just jam their way through a game. But you're gonna that have performances like this, like you said, James, if you get a few results like this and you're winning the league, what's it matter?
Sorry, I bet you said a cracker a chance there, but no, that's exactly that. You took the words right out of my mouth there. The likes of your Barcelonas, even get into German leagues, your Bayern Munich's. There's been many games where you're sitting there going 80 minutes in here, they're dropping points. It's not about the fancy football. It's about getting the result at the end of the day. The result is what gets you the titles. It's what gets you the trophies at the end of the season. Again, listen, we've got a huge fan base for it. That's been massive palaver across all our social media. Oh, but that's real this, real that. I don't care. At the end of the day, there's only so long a club can live on its history. Look at Manchester United as a prime example from both ends. The women this season, hats off to them, apart from the night, they've been doing brilliant. But the men are absolutely chronic. They're one of the most successful clubs in England.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they've not done anything for the past, 10, nearly 15 years. So it gets to that stage where you do need to go, right, we need to start creating our own new, fresh history that current fans will remember. There's a lot of our fan base that probably, apart from the two sort of Subway Cups recently, they won't remember, might not even been born the last time Arsenal won. So it's like, come on, start actually going for something. But again, we said this in the podcast on Monday, the fish rots from the head up, or the head down, should I say. At the end of the day, Arsenal need to invest big time. We need to put in the money, go for these. If you're going to go for a big player, go for a big player. Spend the £1 million. Give them the 200 grand, 250 grand a year that they're asking for. Give them it and actually go and actually try and do something, because that's what Chelsea's done.
Yeah.
And they're doing well. Chelsea are not a great side. We went and seen them at the Champions League game, Celtic Park. Celtic should have beaten them that night. And Celtic are playing basically the equivalent of juniors football, because there's nobody in the Scottish League that's challenging Celtic and Rangers apart from Hibs this season. Glasgow City, well, they challenge as well. That's the top three. Hibs have freaked in to make it a top four this year. But Chelsea, as you say, they ain't great. They ain't doing it. They ain't playing wonderful football, but they're still winning.
Yeah, but like obviously with this result as well, like Chantal, come to you. If the Liverpool result stays as it is, that's obviously good for us. But you never know; that could be sort of a decline that Man United face.
Yeah, Andrew obviously mentioned that we've had our City and Chelsea games at the start of this season.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Stina just missed like a chance then. Wow,
oh, what a surprise! God,
it was a save.
Nearly fell off the chair. What a surprise!
I'm adamant that's her third chance now. So anything after her third chance should be a goal.
But Chantal, she scores the goals, mate.
Maybe we need to change her chant.
Whoa!
Obviously, Laura and James just caught up. Yeah, no, like Andrew mentioned it earlier. Like we faced our City and Chelsea games quite early on, and now like we've got the likes of Liverpool and United, whereas United still has City and Chelsea at least once. So then, like this could be the point where we see them drop points, and then we've like gained our points to then solidify second place. It's really hard within the WSL because you can see like where points will be roughly gained from a team in periods of the season, and then you can see where points will get lost or dropped from a team when they have a set period against harder teams. So I think this is where we'll be gaining our points, and we could see, depending on how United bounce back from tonight's game, they could go on a bit of a downer, or it could make them come out more feisty and maybe become more aggressive to win more points back.
But I think what people got to remember as well, Man United, I think their last 3 games, are they something like, is it Chelsea, City and us?
Yeah, I think so.
Or it's towards the end of the season anyway, so
they've still got the hard games essentially to play.
Yeah, whereas we've just played earlier.
A certain team has just given Liverpool a penalty, so they could be going 3-0 down.
I was literally just about to say that there. I'm watching it just now. I wasn't sure if she gave the penalty or a free kick. But Liverpool do have a penalty.
Give it to Olivia Smith.
I think she's taking it.
It's going to Olivia Smith.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yes.
Olivia Smith may rescue my fantasy.
See, this is where it's bad, because my foot mob has told me that she scores the penalty before I've even seen it on the BBC.
Yeah, I'm the same. My score's told us before.
Olivia Smith, eat your heart out.
Perfect penalty from Liverpool. Bottom corner, keeper the wrong way, 3-0. That's that finished.
Game, set, match. Plenty of fantasy bonus points coming to Georgie Boy. Dorian, I don't think you've got Smith, so I'm coming. Even though the rest of my team, she'll probably get the same amount as the rest of my team have got.
Scanner.
Great manager. Give him a 4-year deal. To be fair, the whole Liverpool situation's a bit of an interesting one, isn't it, James, as well? Like, obviously, they have Matt Beard, and then we've got this one who's took over at interim. What's your thoughts on the whole Liverpool situation? Do you think he was kind of a victim of his own success, and that when you look at a team, say, with the reputation of Liverpool, they want to be challenging in the sort of position where Man United are?
Yeah, I mean, listen, Liverpool, I get the women were down for a bit there. So it's kind of hard to say they're one of the biggers. But at the same time, I think Liverpool's thing was kind of similar to ours. They came up, they were getting a wee result here and there, and they were getting comfortable. I think that was Liverpool's big problem. It seems to be from he's left and this new manager's come in, it's sort of like the same shock as when Jonas left and Renee took over. It was like, you have to do something. The manager's gone, you can't no longer blame him. You've now got to do something. And that's kind of been the spark again for Liverpool to start obviously putting results together. I will say, right, I get, listen, none of us really like Mark Skinner, but see, based on what's happening on Man U as a whole, you've got to take your hat off to Man U this year. They've done brilliant, all things considered. As much as it's a great feeling to be jumping them into second place tonight, you've still got to say what they've managed to achieve so far is, in all honesty, quite a good achievement.
While we'll get a bit of a break here, and Henny, it doesn't look too good for Emily Fox here on the field.
Yeah, no, just
she's come off walking, so it doesn't look to be anything too serious. But obviously, we have Lena Hurtig coming on. I will say regarding the Matt Beard situation, because I spoke to Lee Birch. He's the coach of Rugby Borough women's team, and we were just chatting about the kind of stint of these managers being dropped. We've seen it across. I'm trying to think now. Saints women, they've dropped theirs. Obviously,
Palace didn't they?
Palace just dropped theirs. Liverpool's dropped theirs now.
Man City, poor old Gareth.
Now Man City. So there seems to be like something going along across, like cutting the head off at teams. But So when I was talking to Lee, he was like, Matt was never going to be apparently like a long-term manager there. He was there to kind of give the fundamentals of what they needed, start building them up. Obviously, I don't know how much of that is true, but we've seen it in the past with Matt. He's come in, he's kind of done a shape around with the team, got players in, got them to a position, and then he's moved on from that team to go to a different team.
Yeah, I don't ever think Matt Beard was ever essentially a good WSL manager. He had West Ham. He kind of got them where he had to get them, especially when you watch the programme that's on BBC. And then essentially as well, we brought Liverpool out of the Championship. So I don't necessarily think, looking at him, he's a WSL manager. I think the job is too big for him when he comes into, obviously, the top flight. I would essentially like to see Matt Beard at Scotland, being a Scotland manager. I think.
No, thank you. I'd like to see him at Saints, so then Saints can start winning games, okay?
We're battling that one, are we?
I need both. I need my home city and the team that I love to both be in the WSL. It makes it easier for me.
So what are you going to do then if essentially we came up against them?
She'll do one half in the North Bank, one half.
No. Look, I've had it in the past when Arsenal's played Southampton. I've been sat in the Saints fan seats with an Arsenal shirt on, cheering when we've scored. And my friend is a diehard Saints fan, so we've just literally been enemies that game.
Yeah. Okay.
The love of my life of Arsenal comes first before my home city. I will disown them for Arsenal.
It's only Southampton, Chantal. It's fine.
Exactly. We haven't got much going for us down here anyway.
The only thing they had going for them was Theo Walcott, so it's fine.
Yeah, well, I'll take that.
On the subject of managers obviously getting dropped, obviously the Man City one, I don't know about the rest of you. I find that a very weird decision.
We've scored again.
Oh, shit.
Go get it.
Yes, it is.
No, it's Bristol.
I've seen that.
Russo again, ole. That's all I've got to say.
It's Russo.
Killian Russo, telling them.
That's good though, but for Alessia Russo to have 2 goals tonight, and it's come from
Russo. Yes, go a bit of Russo and Smith. Imagine that as a partnership. Russo and Smith. Come on, Claire. Watch the show. Get to Liverpool. Get Olivia. Rest is history. So yeah, I think how long left now?
We're on the 89th minute, so eventually we've added on times. I think it's going to be about 4 minutes added on.
Yeah, so I think that's.
I'm going to bet 5 minutes.
I think that's professional job done. I won't say it till we've got like 2 seconds left, but yeah, Russo at the double.
7 minutes added.
7.
Where did 7 minutes come from? Well,
are you quoting me now?
So apparently, to do with Emily Fox, whoever Everton number 23 is basically clipped Emily Fox after the ball.
Right.
So basically left one on her really. So hopefully she's not injured and she can play on Tuesday.
Oh, what a ball!
Lena, I'll take was outside.
Not enough. That was about 10 minutes ago.
Caitlin's just taking the piss here.
Caitlin Ford was running in. I honestly don't see how she could be offside. The only other Arsenal player there was Lena Hartig, who kind of somewhat interfered with the way she was running. So I think it's going to be her that was offside. Surely.
Do you know what though? Sorry, do you know who I've been really impressed with since I've come on the pitch tonight? Beth Mead.
Yeah,
an assist.
Yeah, and she's been all over that pitch tonight, and our passing's just been incredible since she's come on. Sorry.
But then, could you argue, Laura, that this is where that rotation is elemental, or
it's going to be
just say is key, because when you're not starting every week, you have a point to prove from when you come on. But also, if you're not starting every week, you're having that respite. So then when you do come on, you can be an impact player.
But remember, this happened with her when Nikita Paris was at Arsenal. We seen the best out of Bethany because she always said, I have someone at my tail looking to take my spot off me. I don't want it. So
and this is for the better clubs. For the better clubs, they're going to have. You have to have strength and depth. If you're bringing Beth Mead and Caitlin Ford off the bench, a majority of the time they'll win you the game in most of those situations. Like, let's be honest, they have today. If you're selling them and not bringing in players like that, I just think that's a shitty ambition. Like, you haven't got to play every. It was like Andrew made a really good point. Our wingers never really play 90 minutes, do they? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time that a winger of ours has played 90 minutes. But another a question I have got for you guys, if obviously worst case scenario, say Emily is injured, who do you play at right back on Tuesday? Because that seems like a massive game for Katie Reid at right back.
Genuinely honest, I think as much as she's young, but she has she's got a solid temper. You need to play her with experience, obviously. So, like I said, Leah Williamson, Steph Gatley's there. So I think she'd do all right against Real Madrid.
You sure you don't want to play her up front? You could play her up front or left wing, James.
I was going to try her out as a goalkeeper and see how she got on since Athens went and took a concussion, but Manu seems to be doing all right, isn't it?
Yeah, she ain't had the ball, that's why.
Well, I think she's made one save this half, at least.
Oh, well done. I'm going to do a Roy Keane. Well done for doing your job. But yeah, Emma, obviously, we're going to probably look forward to Real Madrid. This is kind of the result that we needed, wasn't it? Like, get a bit of confidence back in, shake off those cobwebs, and then we move to Real Madrid.
Yeah, definitely. I see her rotating quite a lot. And actually, personally, I think she's going to start Kelly again. Because she was thankfully named in the squad. I'm glad that we've got an away game before, although I wish it was the same with the men as well, because the women are playing away first, and then we come back to the Emirates.
Yeah, I'm glad I've got an away one as well. I'm going.
The men's have got Real Madrid at home first, so it's kind of like, I hope that us playing the women's can like be a foothold for the men to watch and be like, we need to be like them. We need to go beat them and then bring it to the Emirates.
Yeah, good idea. Good one.
Let's just put one right past the post here.
The only thing I will say is to the Arsenal women team, I do want you to win on Tuesday, but you don't need to win 6 or 7-1. Just don't make most of our tickets at the Emirates a bit pointless like the men did in the last round.
Well, that's another thing I was going to touch on. Of course, when you notice it's high scoring games like 7-0, it becomes a bit boring. And of course, if you're a fan before now, you would have known, looking back in Arsenal's previous games, that they were coming away with 13-0 wins and things like that. Essentially, where we want Arsenal to go above and beyond and bring in these players, but it just shows you how far the WSL actually has come, where teams are really caught up to stop those kind of scorelines.
No, I agree.
And
You don't really see it now, do you? You don't see like 8 or 9 nils that often.
No, you don't. You don't. But this is essentially where we have to, as opposition fans, sometimes just give the opposition team a bit of credit. So we do, and not just constantly moan about what's going on in our team, because essentially what you're looking at is teams are investing more in players.
Full time, we've won.
Game over, 3-1, 3 points. Second in the league, Joshy boy. Don't cry.
he's
having a meltdown at half time.
He's changed his tune.
It's all right. It's all right. They're allowed to get the mega bus back to London tonight.
And that's the first watch-along I've done, and we've won, so I'm taking that.
The curse is broken.
Yeah, curse is broken.
Sorry, while you were on the subject of managers being sacked, Burnley women have essentially sacked their head coach. So that is a coach in the women's game sacked.
Wow.
So
I hate to be a coach at this moment in time because they're dropping like flies.
Unless Gareth Taylor's going there.
But see, that's the thing I was going to say just before the scope of third goal. See, with Gareth Taylor, I don't know about any use, but I found that a very weird decision. I get Chloe Kelly and stuff aren't happy with him, right? And I get there's lasses coming out of Man City and saying, "Oh, he's this, he's that." But Man City's in the final of the Subway Cup on Sunday. They're in the semi-final of the FA Cup. Pushing us, we're pushing us, they're now pushing Man U for third. And they're also in the quarter-final of the Champions League. What more do Man City want for the manager?
Shame. Well, Leitrim. That's what happens when you play Viviana Mead at centre-back. But yeah, so we'll quickly go round. I'm going to get your player of the match. Emma, who are you going for?
I'm probably going to go Russo.
Yeah, good one. Laura?
I'm going to shock a few people tonight, and I'm going to go Kim Little, because I thought her ball playing was brilliant tonight. Of course, obviously, she came off, which I think needs to really happen with Kim going forward. But I thought she was absolutely brilliant tonight. She set up the first goal, she was going for balls, and that's who my player of the match is.
Yeah, I thought she did all right, actually. James?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of half and half. Sort of watched the game, I kind of gave up the stream for a wee bit, trying to fix it. But I would be the same as Laura. I'd give it to Kimmy Little, especially in the last few weeks, the sort of slack that she's took when she has been on the park compared to tonight I felt she was a lot more composed, a lot calmer, and did, for large spells, dictate a lot of what happened in the middle of that park. I'm going to give it to her. I was going to give it to Leah Wilton just to see how Joshua would react, but...
wait, you're ruining my moment, James.
I don't want the phone to blow up on it, so I'll give it to Kimmy Little.
Chantel?
I'm actually going Manu. Nah, I'm just joking.
Right, that's enough. Yeah.
I knew that would get George. Yeah. I think it's been quite hard. I think there's been quite a couple that have played well. I think compared to her last couple of games, I think Lee has done quite a solid job in defence and commanding it. Obviously, she took over when Kimmy went off. I think I'm just going to have to go with Russo for getting 2 goals. It kind of solidified, we got us on the score sheet first, and then she's obviously just got that second one that's made it a bigger gap for them to catch up for. And if you look what she's been doing, she's been in the right positions. And when she's not in the position of in the box when Stina came on, she's been getting the balls in for Stina and other players. So I'll pick Russo tonight.
Do we have Andrew it?
Yes, boss. I'm here.
Yes, boss. One YouTube stream, Andrew. What we for?
Do you know what? This is a weird one because she wasn't on for that long. But Beth Mead was superb when she came on. She was full of energy, making an absolute nuisance of herself in the press, and you know, in a couple of, you know, basically, yeah, she got that assist on that third goal as well. That was the Beth Mead of old there. That was just lovely to see. So, but yeah, to be fair, I think it was a solid team performance. I thought absolutely. Kim Little was that's the best I've seen her play for a while. Leah Williamson looked, as you said, Chantel was commanding at the back, some reading the game really well. Some nice, you know, we can't really call it a long ball on that five-a-side pitch, but you know, kind of medium to short range missiles that she was firing. But there we go, second place.
Yeah, exactly. No need. I don't know what everyone was panicking about. Yeah, who am I going to go for? I'm going to go for Kim. I was torn between Kim and Russo, to be fair, because I thought they'd both done all right. But we all know, like, the comparison, Asagawa who? There ain't nobody like Leah Volti, so she gets the Steph Catley head pat just for shits and giggles, because we all love a bit of Volti. So yeah, we will be back.
Sounds like a new chant, George. You're going to start making, isn't it?
No. Whenever I start a chant, it goes wrong. So no, not doing it. So yeah, thank you to everyone for the show. Thank you to my guests, Laura, James. Thank you both.
You're very welcome, Gaffer, anytime.
Always a pleasure.
Cheers. Emma, great to have you back on again.
You too, and I will see you on the 22nd.
Yeah, I've actually found out that I'm allowed to leave work early now, so I'll be around a bit earlier.
Excellent. See you there.
Yeah. So, Chantel, thank you as always. Brilliant.
Thank you. I'm hoping to try and get up next weekend early, but it's going to be quite close because my team that I coach has a game first thing in the morning. So
no, Chantel, you've been fired. You've been sacked. It was on Twitter. I saw it. You've been sacked. Sorry, mate.
You know what? I just going to bombard me with emails. I was wondering what that was.
Everyone else is getting.
I don't know why. It just said
if
here
they
we go at
me,
the end of it.
It's not shocking. So far, we're top of our league, and I've got them to the cup final. So let them.
Well, Gareth Taylor lost Southgate, but look at what he's done at Man City.
So did Gareth Taylor.
I still
have you
go by
played the cup final yet? But you lost last week, Chantel.
Yeah, that was. You know, we got to show the world that we're human and humble. So we
Chantel out. Chantel out. Hashtag.
On that note, Andrew, thank you as always, and
Cheers,
thank you for helping with the show today.
Yeah, I get to add engineer to my kind of resume now. I'm off to Disney or Pixar next week.
Yeah, wait, you got to do it around the shows, mate.
Fair play.
Those come first. Yeah, and thank you to everyone else. Josh, thank you for coming on as well. We will be back next week. When that will be, I don't know. Will it be me? Not at the start of the week because I'm off to Spain. So,
nice.
To go and support the Arsenal against Madrid. So, good night, everyone. Have a lovely weekend, and ain't nobody like Leah fucking Volti. Good night.